I, at a very young age, not sure exactly why, always said I was going to be a lawyer. It started back in like 5th grade. And I wrote a paper, and that was kind of just the target goal to become one. I think, as I got closer to, got a little older than 5th grade, because what do what do you know in 5th grade? But as I got a little older, I realized that having knowledge of the law is going to be, is great to navigate through life with, and no one can take advantage of you. And that's what I now love about being an attorney, because, I help people navigate through whatever's happening, be it a personal injury case or something, personal that I help other people out with. It's funny because I never really thought that that was part of my personality, advocating or caring. I was always very competitive and a student athlete all my life. But I do like helping people, and I've kind of realized that through the practice of law, which has been really nice and interesting.
Interesting. So you're competitive. You were an athlete, or are an athlete.
Yes, I was a student athlete. I can't call myself that anymore.
What sport?
I played softball. I was a fast pitch softball player. Being a competitive athlete has a couple different qualities that make a great trial attorney. And a couple of them were, you know how to win and lose, you know how to take a loss was the big one. And because it can, you can learn from it, can teach you, you don't shut down afterwards. And then you learn how to manage your time, work hard, and really dig in without ever stopping. So I've started out my entire career in personal injury. Out of law school, I got hired by the firm I was doing an internship for. And the owner of the firm wasn't going to hire me until he talked himself into it after he found out that I had been a competitive athlete. Essentially, he made a huge correlation between trial attorneys and competitive student athletes. And basically, he said that you have all the qualities that you need as a trial attorney from being a student athlete. So that was why I got hired in personal injury right out of law school. One of the first things I always make sure a client understands is that we're here for them and to help them navigate through this really difficult process, very inconvenient process, more like it. So, we're there to answer questions about their property damage, their PIP coverage, and their bodily injury claim, which are all three facets of what you deal with in a personal injury, action if you've been in an auto accident. And one of the best things I can hear after I go through an initial consultation is a client saying, thank you so much for making me feel like I'm being taken care of throughout this process. And that's what I really try and accomplish in that first initial consultation, is telling them, what to expect, how the process works, and answering all their initial questions about it, because they're going to have so many, and they're going to have so many people calling, insurance companies trying to call, and different people trying to call, and it's really an adjustment for people who've been involved in any type of injury initially. A lot of time we end up not only being their attorneys but their counsel. You can't give anyone any legal advice above your profession or anything like that, but they clients really, tell you everything that's going on, and you're with them the whole time. And so you kind of, you can't put yourself in their shoes, but you can feel their pain. And that really helps with arguing their case and, for them when you're talking to these adjusters and when you're trying to, get a little bit more money on the file to settle the case. I have actually a high amount of slip and fall cases, or premise liability cases, mind you.
Older people, maybe?
Actually, younger people. As a younger person getting very injured, you're going to, have to deal with whatever injury for the rest of your life. It's gonna affect your progress in employment. It's going to affect, you know, your current like life that you know, don't have to worry already about retirement. You know, there's things that you're missing out on from injuries in your younger life, or they have young children, or they're just trying to start families. And so, you know, although those are very, you know, difficult cases to navigate because of all the implications, they're my favorite because I can get closest with the client that way. I try and give every client really special attention. And a lot of times I relate to the younger clients a lot better, who are just like me. And I try and put myself in their place and really advocate for them that way. You know, I've gotten this really great opportunity provided by the Farahs to open up their Tampa branch and bring the Farah brand to Tampa. I think that Tampa deserves a brand like the Farah brand, and so I'm very excited to be on the ground, you know, and starting that office there.